Good afternoon, sixth graders. If you are watching this video, then you should have also filled out in your packet the entire first page where your brainstorm is complete. You are ready to start writing today. Go ahead and jot down on this first line, what is the theme of your speech? Copy down exactly what you have in this box right here. Unpause the video when you're done. Good. And then write down the first memory that you're going to share just in one sentence or so. State what that memory is, and then put the tone of that first memory on this line. How do you want your reader to feel when they are reading that story you're going to share? You should really just be copying down these two shaded boxes right here. Unpause when you're done. Okay, so before you actually start writing, go ahead and make sure you remember these things right here. Don't just state the theme. I really want your reader to feel this and tell it on your own. So if your theme is always listen to your parents, don't just write in the story, always listen to your parents. That shouldn't be there. I want to really be able to understand it and learn it through your other descriptions. Make sure that you add dialogue with quotation marks when characters are interacting. We did a lot of work with dialogue earlier in the year. Make sure you apply that to this story as well. Remember, we always start a new paragraph when we use dialogue. I also want to see similes and metaphors. There must be at least one per memory. I'd love to see if you guys can add some more. Make sure that you indent, and actually go ahead and jot this down next to it. Press tab at the beginning of every paragraph. That tab key to the upper left is how you indent a paragraph. It should also be multi-paragraph. So even though today you are only writing down your first memory, it shouldn't be just one paragraph, it should be many. And you don't need to use all parts of the plot mountain when telling each story, but that would be a great idea to try. So like we know when we're telling a story, we like to use the exposition, then up to the climax and the resolution. I don't need you to do a plot mountain today for each story, but I do think that'd be a very impressive idea because that's how we make sure we tell a story very well. And remember, today you're just writing the first memory. And just like how Steve Jobs does in his speech, he says, my first story is about connecting the dots, or my second story is about death. You're going to start today by saying, my first story is about blank. So for me, remember the examples I gave you guys yesterday? I would say, my first story is about a restaurant, or my first story is about free dessert. That might hook my reader a little better. And then you're going to go on and start telling the story. So right now, if you have taken all these notes, go to your writing folder on the Google Drive, and then I want you to name it Memoir Speech. Make sure you share it with your teacher, and then go ahead, indent, and start typing just that first story. Make sure it has whatever tone you chose and that it teaches us this lesson. Go ahead.